Here on the campus at John A. Logan College. Dave McKenzie, Tim Ritchie alongside as we're getting you set for Logan basketball. John A. Logan volunteer basketball as they take on the Blue Storm of Southwest Illinois College. Both of these teams come in with 16 wins, Tim Ritchie. The Blue Storm 16-10. The Volunteers 16-9. And just looking forward to another tough GRAC conference battle here tonight on this floor.
Yeah, it will be. SWIC has Jay Harrington, who won like over 1,000 games in his career, 841 at SWIC. So be a tough battle. The region, Vincennes, of course, is the top group, and Logan's next, but they got 2-game lead over Lakeland. So it's an important ball game. We need to win this.
Absolutely, and these two teams played back on January 15th, a low-scoring ball game. Vols came away with a 66-55 11-point win in that matchup. We're going to go on and take a break here. When we come back, you're going to hear from the head coach of your Volunteers. Tyler Smith-Peters joins us next here on 103.5 ESPN.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school, but we're also here for the adults. After high school, I went to my local community college, and after my first semester, realized that I wasn't quite ready to go to college. And I went back to work in construction for roughly about 15 years. And at the same time, I took classes at community college. It's this idea that you can go back to school at any time for anything, and that's what a community college does for you. That's what John A. Logan does for you.
Talking with Coach Tyler Smith-Peters here before taking on SWIC this evening. Second time that Logan is seeing SWIC, getting the home game this time around. Coach, Saturday, didn't get to talk to you after the game too much, but Alney, I mean, that first 10 minutes there was a little bit scary, but once heads got on straight and everything, you know, things went the way you thought it would.
Yeah, no, and it's a credit to most of our guys for coming in and playing really hard, and that's a tough game just because it's a long drive.
It is, yeah.
We've played one game in 14 days, so it was just kind of one of those things where we had to get back in our groove, and in the second half we did a much better job of that.
And I'm struggling to remember the combination that kind of got you out of the funk at this time, but I remember it was one that we haven't really seen that much this year. I think DeCarl was out there, Danon was out there, which, I mean, they all have had their opportunities, but whatever the combination was one that we haven't seen too much, if at all, this season, and it just was one of those things where you had to keep on cycling, and then you finally found the thing that worked.
Yeah, no, and that's part of it. We have a lot of different guys that can do a lot of different things, so it was just one of those days to where if one guy wasn't up to on par of what we think he can be every day, then it's next man up mentality. And our guys did a good job, like I said, in the second half. And just with the not playing in or only having one game in 14 days, and now going into 4 games in a span of about 9 days. I mean, it's different, but that's part of it, and we got to be able to adapt to it. And but no, just proud of our guys' effort in the second half of Saturday's win.
Well, and it's not like Alney has bad players. It's just their depth is so low, and they have some really some of those guys right there are going to, when they go on to their next program, people are going to be really happy. It's just, again, they have depth issues, and then, yeah, you know, you kind of have some of the really good players, some of the guys that maybe need a little bit of work. They don't have really those middle guys, and that's the problem with their depth problem. And meanwhile, you guys do, and that's why you've been seeing your success in conference, especially here this year, sitting at 10-2.
Yeah, no, and I mean, credit to Olney Central's coach, Joel. I mean, he works his tail off with, I mean, they've had injuries, all kinds of things, so they've have struggled lately, but I mean, credit to them, because in the first half they played a lot harder than us, and it was easy to tell, and that's why it was a close game. And then, like I said, our guys did a better job in the second half of just going out there and playing harder. But yeah, no, it was every win we need, because like you said, we're still in first in conference and second in region, and we want to win conference, and that's one of our goals.
When you look at, as you mentioned, just the fact that, now you got 5 games technically in about a week and a half's time. You're in the middle of that right now. Game 2 of that 5-game stretch is tonight. And we talked about it on pregame last time, but just, the massive swing of having only a couple of games in a couple of weeks to now you're playing down the stretch, but when you get down to it, also this is what you're gonna have to do in region, and then if you go to Hutch, also it's what you're gonna have to do in Hutch. So it's a good time to kind of get used to all the more important parts of the season, if you will.
Yeah, no, and to be honest with you, this is great for us just because in the region tournament you play Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and this week we get to play Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, but it's still kind of that feeling of, hey, we got to play 3 games, win 3 games in a week, and so it ended up being working out well for us, but at the same time, I mean, we can blame the weather on that one for why we have 5 games in the span of about 10 days. But like I said, at this time of the year, I think everybody would rather be playing than practicing.
SWIC is the opponent today. They are 6-5 in the conference, so they're fighting for position right now. They're woefully probably not going to be getting anywhere near the top, but still they're in the middle of it. They're trying to jockey for that position right there, of course, in the region and in the conference. And they're a team that gave you troubles at their place. You were able to pull away in the final 10 minutes, but it was back and forth. So you know that this team is going to be one of those ones that will probably knock down, drag it out type of brawl.
Yeah, no, they're very physical, and I mean, they're a good team. They're well coached. They had a tough one against Shawnee, but, I mean, they were up by 15 at one point at Shawnee, and that's a tough place to play, and gave themselves a chance to win. But, no, it's going to be a tough game just for the fact that they're going to be physical. They're going to play really hard, and like you said, Matt, it was a really good game, and we just kind of made like a nice little run in about a 3-minute spurt to get it to 14 or 15, and kept it right there for in the second half. And we got to be able to come out with some more intensity and urgency this game, especially against a good SWIC team.
They got 3 guys that average double figures, but the one that really stuck out to me last time that you guys played them was Regato, and he's averaging 14.1 in the conference. He's leading them in the conference averages. Cuprielzi and Briles are also good, but Regato was kind of one that, for me and Dave, kind of were shocking a little bit. We weren't expecting him to step up, but he's been the one, again, leading them in scoring in the conference.
Yeah, and he's been playing really well as of recent. I think he had 17 points against Shawnee in their last game, and he's just a big physical guy that just plays as hard as he can, and those types of dudes are hard to guard just for the fact that their motor does not stop.
Right.
And it's one of those things where we got to be able to keep him off the glass and not let him get low post touches, because if he gets it in the low post, he's just so strong that he can go up and finish on anybody.
And at this point in the season also, I think for guys at this level, they aren't looking too far ahead, but I got to think that some of your guys are thinking, hey, this is our chance for revenge against Rend Lake on Wednesday. And I know you keep telling the guys just one game at a time, but still one that it might be easy to be not looking past this game per se, but one to have maybe the minds on, man, Wednesday, I can't wait to Wednesday and stuff. And just for today, when, you're only had a day between your last game and everything, might be something that you got to maybe check on the mental state of your guys at all here before this game.
Yeah, I mean, you hope that they'd get up for every game because it's college basketball, but that's the time. These are the times we live in. But like I was saying earlier, Matt, I think it's good for us just because that region tournament. I mean, obviously you have to win in the region tournament, but it'd be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday type scenario. So, and this is how we're kind of going into it as well, like, hey man, we got to win. Like, if you want to play on Wednesday, you got to win. So we're keeping that mindset, and like you said, just trying to take care of business one game at a time.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Joining our very own Matt Varney, and you can't look past Wednesday night's a big game here with Rend Lake coming. The Vols trying to revenge that loss on the road at Rend Lake. But you can't look past this game here tonight. You're going to have to play a very good ball game here to beat the Blue.
How
the
many
Blue
times
Storm.
that happened? You played sport
Oh, yeah.
and coached and all that. Hey, and sometimes the coach can tell them, and the players don't understand that everybody's wanting to win.
Yeah, it's the next task at hand right here tonight.
And I can see why Rend Lake, you want Rend Lake because they beat us up there and we didn't play very well and
Absolutely.
weren't ready to play.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You can't look past that at all. So, let's focus on getting the win here tonight, picking up the 17th win on the season, and we'll move on from there. One thing about this SWIC team, Tim, they are an outstanding rebounding team. And I don't know if you know this, but they're like 22nd in the country in offensive rebounds. They are 8th in opponents' defensive rebounds per games, keeping those down to just 18. So, they've got some other stats. They are 16th in opponents' total rebounds. They are the rebound margin per game. They're 16th in the country. So They will hit the board because they come in averaging 40 rebounds a ball game.
It's a lot of
SWIC. It's a lot, Vols.
And probably, like you said, the offensive rebounds are probably
absolutely
what it is. So we got Jaden Miles going to have to do some, board, and Taylor Smith, and
Cameron.
Cameron.
They're going to have to hit the boards, absolutely.
Plus the guards going to have to box out.
Coach Jay Harrington and the Blue Storm from SWIC being introduced right now, and Coach Harrington going with the 6'2 freshman from Godfrey, Illinois, number 2. Braden Klein, the 6-foot freshman out of Brantford, Ontario, Canada, number 3, Dylan Craven. The 6-foot freshman from Peoria, Illinois, number 4, Daquan Little. The 6'6 freshman out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, number 23, Matthew Capru-Elzy. And finally, it'll be the 6'9 freshman from Collinsville, number 44, Zach Chambers. Klein, Craven, Little, Capru-Elzy, Chambers, the starting 5 for Coach Jay Harrington and his assistant coach, Steve Campo.
Steve Campo, he's the one that walks up down the sideline.
He is. He does the leg work on the sideline.
That's good, Dave. I like that leg work.
He's the leg work coach for the Blue Storm. Now the starters getting introduced for Coach Tyler Smith-Peters and your John A. Logan Volunteers. It's going to be Jaden Miles, the 6'8 freshman from Louisville, Kentucky. Jaden gets the start here this evening. Also, you've got number 0, the 6'4 freshman out of Madisonville, Kentucky, Marcus Eves. Carl Payne, number 3, the 6'1 freshman out of Carbondale, Illinois. Number 4, the 6'4 freshman from Jonesboro, Arkansas, Tabor Smith. And then finally, it's going to be the 6'7 freshman out of Chicago, Davius Lowry. So it'll be Eves, Payne, Smith, Lowry, Miles, the starting 5 for Coach Tyler Smith-Peters and your John A. Logan Volunteers.
You know what? And it doesn't start. I know it's nice to hear your name and everything, but who finishes is the most important.
Absolutely, and that's a deep bench sitting there to our right here.
Everybody's got to play well.
Absolutely. We're glad to have you along here on 103.5 ESPN and LeBlanc Production Group for the video on YouTube and on Facebook. So both teams looking to pick up their 17th win on the season as the jump is won by the Storm. And it's Capru-Elzy that takes it right to the hole and right from the jump gets the first bucket just 7 seconds into the game.
I was going to say it didn't take long.
Did not. The Volunteers moving right to left on your radio dial. They're in the home whites here this evening. The Blue Storm in their blue road uniforms with the white lettering on the jerseys. And as the Vols have it in the paint, little fadeaway jumper partially blocked by Capru-Elzy. That was put up by Davius Lowry, and it's Storm basketball as they work it here to the top of the key. This is Klein, over to the right wing to Craven. Dylan Craven has it. Now they feed it down to the post. Capru-Elzy trying to get to the rim, does and banks it home. Capru-Elzy averaging 11 a game, 48% shooter, and it's 4-0 Storm here early. Top of the key to Carl Payne out on the left wing, whips it up top to Lowry. Now to the right side, Eves has the touch. Lowry takes it back between the circles, back toward the V on the Volunteers on the floor. Beats Jade Miles, got in the paint, got bumped, hits the floor, And it's going to be a shooting foul that is called on Zach Chambers. That's going to be the first on Chambers, first team foul.
From Collinsville, Illinois.
It's Jaden Miles, Louisville, Kentucky native, is at the line. Jaden, 63% shooter from the stripe. Last game, the last time these two teams met, Vols got the 66-55 win. This was up in Belleville.
You know, some nights when you don't have the offense going, the defense is most important.
Absolutely. Jaden misses the first free throw. Number 12 steps up, spins it in his left hand. Second free throw in the air. That one's good. Getting the Volunteers on the board. 4-1 is our score. 18:45 remaining here in this first quarter. Craven to the right side, hands it off. Klein. Klein dribbles around to the left side. Now they reverse it back here to the right. Little down top of the key, back to Little. He's down on the low block. Dribbles back out toward that left wing. Looks inside, wants to feed the post, but has to bring it to Capru-Elzy. Now here's Craven lost the basketball. Turnover. Vols come away with it. Each team with the turnover the other way. Payne feeds the post. Lowry up top. Ease has the open three. Ooh, short. And it goes out of bounds on the far corner.
You don't see that very often. He hits the rim and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, nobody got to it. Goes out of bounds over on the far side. 4-1 is our score here with 18:08 remaining. Here in the opening quarter. Out on that left wing, Craven. Dillon holds, throws it up top. Daquan Little's three. No good, but an offensive rebound for Capru-Elzy. That's Matthew Capru-Elzy. He's everywhere. Into the paint. Here's Little. Pulls up the dribble. Feeds it up top to Klein. Now back down to Capru-Elzy. Trying to back his man down. That's Eves. Banks it off the glass. No good. Ball touched by the Volunteers. Out of bounds off the Volunteers. And it's going to stay with SWIC with 20 seconds on the shot clock. It's going to be right down in the corner, right in front of Volunteers bench to our right. Coming over to trigger in would be Braden Klein, the Godfrey, Illinois native. Klein, who stands 6'2", has to Carl Payne. It's going to defend him on the trigger. Payne. Can't get it in. Boy, they finally did as they get it to Chambers.
On the 4th second.
Yeah. Now they can set the offense with 15 seconds now. Here's Craven. Craven around the top of the key, drives in, kicks it out to the left wing. A three put up, and no good. The rebound by Taylor Smith. Outlet pass to Carl Payne off the glass. No good. Jaden Miles is there. Touched it, and it was last touched by the Blue Storm.
We might have got a break on that.
That's what I was just going to say.
We had a good angle at it.
Vols basketball from the free throw line to jumper. Just off the front of the arc. No good from Lowry. And the Storm get the rebound. Here comes Craven. Dillon around the screen from Capru-Elzy. Feeds it here to the right wing. Little. Bounce pass down to the low block on the right side. Chambers backing his man down, and Jaden Miles just picked up a bump foul. That's going to be the first foul on the Volunteers, the first on Jaden. And it's going to be SWIC basketball, baseline right.
Coach Smithberry's telling the official how it's supposed to be.
So they trigger in up top to Daquan Little out of Peoria. Little got the screen from Chambers. Now reverses it back to the right. Fed the post. Intended for Chambers. Turnover number 2 on the Storm. Miles is the one that picked up the loose ball. He spins in the paint. Puts it off the glass up and under. What a beautiful move from Jaden Miles. Little finger roll. Pulls the Vols to within 1. Going the length of the floor. Dylan Craven.
What a shot he made, acrobatic shot.
Weaving in and out of traffic.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. He made
big answer from Dylan Craven. 6-3, our score 16-20 in the first quarter. Eames hands it off to Lowry, out on the right wing, drives into the arc. Now kicks it out to Miles. His three way short. Just barely clipped the front of the iron, and the Storm on the run the other way. They feed the post to Chambers. Chambers backing Miles down, puts it up with the left hand, rolls it home. Zach Chambers, his first field goal. 15:55, Cameron Boone. Dane and Rucker Caden Hawkins ready to check in for Tyler Smith-Peters. Here's Eves off the glass, too strong.
Wow, he hit the rim. After
Drew Elsie. The other way, driving in, getting in the air, shot way over the top, too strong. Still battling for it, still loose, and it's Eves that comes away with it. For the Vols, third turnover on the Blue Storm. Here's Taylor Smith, gets to the low block, left side, wings it up and gets fouled. Hits the floor, the foul is gonna be on the Storm. It's gonna be shooting fouls. As it's gonna be on Zach Chambers. Second on Chambers with the timeout on the floor here. 15:22 remaining in the first half. And it's the Blue Storm 8, John A. Logan Volunteers 3. We'll be back in 60 seconds on 103.5 ESPN.
Think Buick and GMC, and you think Chris Offenberg, Buick GMC, and Carbondale. The 2025 Buick Encore is only $21,871. Or think the 2025 Buick Envista, it's 0 down and only $369 a month. And ride in the truck, the GMC Sierra with $13,500 in savings. So think Chris Offenberg, Buick GMC, and Carbondale.
Advantage Offenberg.
Our score here for the men in the first game of the evening. Tim Ritchie, the ladies, tough loss. 74-64.
64, wasn't it? It was. They didn't give up. They kept on playing hard. But you appreciate that.
They have been playing hard. They have just been outstanding.
Been playing pretty well, haven't they?
Yeah, their effort has been wonderful. As Taylor Smith hits the free throw. The foul right before the timeout was on Zach Chambers, his second. Chambers is not in.
Boy, he's strong too. That you can see when you're talking about the rebounding. Whew.
I mean, he stands 6'9". Second from Taylor is good. So Taylor cuts out of the game. Dayton Rucker checks in for him. Cameron Boone on the floor. Marcus Eves.
Logan with the 2-2-1 full court or three-quarter court press.
Dayton Hawkins on the floor for the Vols as well. With the basketball over on the far side from Staquan Little. Around the dribble, gets the screen, brings it here near side to Craven. Dillon has Eves on him, takes it to the free throw line. Now feeds it off to the right side. Bennett Browse, the Nashville, Illinois native, had the ball for a second. Vols force a turnover. That's going to be the fourth on the Blue Storm. Lowry to the rim, floats in the air, gets the bucket and the foul. A three-point opportunity for Davius Lowry.
Chance of a three-point play. Deuce and abuse.
Braden Klein picks up the personal. And Davius gets the bucket.
Davius is a player. He should do well at the next level.
Averaging 11.9, almost 12 points a ball game. Steps to the line. First free throw is, or the free throw,
got him
is
listed.
good.
Got him listed 6'7", looks taller than that.
He does. So the three-point play for Lowry, and the Vols force another turnover in the backcourt. And SWIC turns it right back in their favor. The outlet pass and the dunk from Matthew Caprielzi. Caprielzi was 6 of the 10. For the Storm, 14:25 remaining. 10-8, the 2-point lead for the visitors. Caden Hawkins down on the left wing. Dribbles around the top, gets to the free throw line. Off the elbow. Jumper from Caden Hawkins is good. Caden averaging 7 a game. Down low, putting it up with the right hand. A little baby hook from Bennett Bryles. Bryles, who averages 10.3 a game, comes off the bench for Coach Jay Harrington.
From Collinsville.
Hawkins, left wing, Lowry's three, banks it. James Lowry.
They call border on that?
I don't know if I didn't hear it.
Okay.
The ball's down one. It's 13-12. Here with the basketball. Beating the post on the run. Capru Elsie hammered.
Boy, late call.
That was Cameron Boone that came in and got it.
That was a nice block. Even they called a foul, you make him think of that. He's going to be in there every time. So he's tough to make layups.
So Matthew Capru Elsie out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the 6'6 freshman. 51% shooter from the stripe. Steps up, and the first one rolls on. So coming into the game is going to be Dalton Hicks. Also Nick Horace. And back into the game, Dylan Craven.
Dalton Hicks from Fairdale, Kentucky.
Capru Elsie hits the second free. 7 in the game for Capru Elsie. Tie ball game, 13-13. So Dana Rucker looks back toward Tyler Smith-Peters. Gets the call. 16 on the shot clock. Now they bring it to Miles.
They're running a 2-3 zone, I believe, some kind of zone.
Rucker drives in behind the back. Pass pillar, his ball just stolen the other way. The runner with the right hand, it's no good from Nick Harass. And ball's come away with it. The lob from Hawkins to Miles. They just couldn't finish it. And Jake Miles in the backcourt picks up his second personal foul.
That's not good.
Nico's going to have to come in. Nico getting Jake. Tough break there. Almost had it.
Yeah,
Almost got
got
it
a small lineup. We're doing a little full court press called 22.
So here comes SWIC in a tie ball game, 13-13. Jade disappointed on that foul call. As he comes to the bench. They reverse it around over on the left wing. Ball stolen away. 6 turnover on the Storm. Left wing. Hawkins for 3 for the balls. Bang for Caden Hawkins. His first 3-point field goal. Balls are up 3 now. 16-13.
You don't want this ball club to get the confidence by halftime. You want to be able to get a big lead.
Dylan Craven, right side. Has Hawkins on him defensively. Looks inside, Craven does, gets the screen, keeps it himself, spins away. Free throw line jumper just above it, a little bit short. And the rebound grabbed by Dane Rucker goes out of bounds. Last touch by Dalton Hicks of the Blue Storm. So it's going to be Volunteers basketball over on the far side. On the floor right now, it's Hawkins, Dan Rucker, Nico Rucker, Cameron Boone, and Julian Morris Jr. Julian got to the free throw or to the baseline, lobs it up top for Hawkins. Hawkins spins at the elbow, tries to step through, finds Norris on the left wing. He puts up a 3. It's too strong off the back of the iron. And David Rucker, a nice rebound, reset on the clock. The shot clock to 20 seconds. Here comes Nico. Slide step, travels. He saw the opening, let the defender flash by, tried to glide around him, and he dragged the foot. Tyler doesn't agree. Official tries to explain to him, and there's the timeout. It's the under 12 timeout with 11:39 remaining here in the first half. Volunteers lead it by 3. They're up 16-13 back in 60 seconds here on 103.5 ESPN.
I don't think there's a better school than this one. I think you can get better fundamentals here than you can anywhere else. The teachers just want me to succeed more than anything. And it's just a great feeling. It makes you want to come to school every day. I come here, everyone cares, everyone wants me to do super well, and I succeed because of that.
I just wanna have fun, clap my hands, turn around now. I just wanna have fun, turn around now, turn around.
We want to help students.
Welcome back to Brewer Gymnasium. Dave McKenzie, Tim Ritchie, Rick Hayes back at the studio. John LeBlanc Productions taking care of the video side here this evening. 16-13 after the media timeout. SWIC with the basketball. Over on the left wing, they feed the post. With it now, with Boone on it, was Capru-Elze. He dishes it. Shot was blocked. Another turnover. The other way, the right-hand runner from Damon Rucker is good. Rucker got free. Got the steal and the finish.
He's come in and played well.
He has 5-point lead now for the Volunteers. Here on the right wing, Craven looks to dish it off. He's pulled up the dribble. Good tight defense by the Volunteers right now. Craven back with it. Top of the key between the circles. Over to the left side. Tries to drive in. Got to the block. Fed it down low to Dalton Hicks, the trailer. Misses the shot. Ball out of bounds. Last touch by SWIC. It's going to be Volunteers basketball. Carl Payne coming in. Carterville native coming to get Kate Hawkins. Hawkins, the Carterville native, comes to the bench.
I think Logan got a break on that one from his viewpoint. So we expect to get a couple bad ones.
So as well. So Payne now into the game. Takes the ball across the timeline on the right side. Hands it off and gets it right back. Now he feeds Nico. Over to the right side. Dane in long range. Three. Good for David Rucker. Dane has 5. 21 for the Volunteers.
That was from a different county.
It was 13 for the Storm. Craven over to the left wing. Down low, off the hands of Capru-Elze. And I tell you what, defensively, the Volunteers have forced the Storm into 8 turnovers.
Well, that's where we talk about defense so important. When you say you play the defense, you're always going to be in the game.
Absolutely. Good defense leads to offense. 21-13 is the score with a timeout here. 10-17. It's going to be a 30-second timeout on 103.5 ESPN.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school, but we're also here for the adults. After high school, I went to my local community college, and after my first semester, realized that I wasn't quite ready to go to college. And I went back to work in construction for roughly about 15 years. And at the same time, I took classes at community college. It's this idea that you can go back to school at any time for anything, and that's what a community college does for you. That's what John A. Logan does for you.
Back after the timeout, 21-13 is our score. Just over 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we're going to talk to Mr. Jake Rindleman on the lob for Cameron Boone. He pinned it on the rim.
He got pushed from behind.
He did. So the foul is going to be on Julio Regano. That's going to be the first on Regano. Regano just into the game.
They're going to say he's shooting. Looked like they were going to take it out of bounds.
Cameron Boone, since he pinned it up against the rim, he was shooting. And
yeah, he can do that.
Yeah. So Cam has the free throws. Mr. Jake Rindleman's going to join us at halftime. Wednesday night, Ren Lake comes to town. It's the big Italian dinner that happens every year.
It's at 4:30 to 6:30, something like that.
It's the 47th annual Italian dinner. We're going to talk about
I like those Italian food.
Dr. Rindleman will join us. Boone hits the second free throw. 10-point lead for the Volunteers, 23-13. Midway through the first half. SWIC basketball. Ball's playing man-to-man D. Craven has Danon on him. Now there's a switch as Nico takes over. Over to the left wing. Coming out, trying to feed it down low. Just poor communication as it was Regano that was sliding toward the ball. And the pass went right past him.
You got the SWIC team confused on playing, so keep it up.
Yeah. That's the 9th turnover. Here's Julian Norris. Norris out on the right side, drives in. Had the ball just ripped out of his hands. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Storm. Braden Klein comes back in. He's going to get Daquan Little for the Storm and Coach Jay Harrington. Lob it in. Nico has it down low. His brother Danon got free. Nobody around him. Nice feed, nice assist.
His second assist.
25-13, 12-point lead for the Volunteers. Ball up top, Lee Williams. Now it's Craven. Craven backs it up as he runs the point. Over to the left side, that's Klein, and a bump foul on DeCarl Payne. It's going to be the first on DeCarl. That's going to be the fourth team foul on the Volunteers. Davius Lowry comes into the game. Davius getting Nico Rucker. Nico comes to the sideline.
He definitely pushed him a little bit, but not like they're letting him go.
Yeah.
Letting a lot go. So that one.
Williams hands it off to Rigato, and he turns around.
Rigato hadn't done much. He's one of the better players.
Yeah, he averages 10 a game. Yet to score. Rigato has it. They whip it up top. Threes. The right of the circle is good for Braden Klein.
From Godfrey, Illinois.
25-16, 9-point lead. 8:40 here in the first half. Dayton Rucker. Over to the right side. Lowry backdoor feed. Norris can finish at the rim. Julian gets his first field goal.
Get him going.
27-16. Back to an 11-point lead now. Going Craven on the logo. Left side to Williams. Williams back to Craven. He's down toward the corner left. Brings it back to Williams. Williams dribbles with the right hand. Pulls it up. Now beats Craven left of the circle. He drives in. 7 on the shot clock. Shot block. That was Norris that got a hand on it, but Craven comes away with it. They turn it right back over. 10th turnover on the Storm. And the shot, Rigato misses from point blank range. Here come the Volunteers the other way. Lowry. Danon is going to back it up. Let everything a little out of control for a moment. However, Smith-Peters says, slow it down. 3 down is the play. Rucker around on the left wing. Now top of the key. Lowry straight away 3. Good for Davius. His second three-pointer gives him 9. 13-point lead.
Yeah, it's hard to see on this side of the scoreboard.
Williams here on the right wing. Dribbles up. Beats the low post. Pass was intended for Rigato. Just a little out of his reach. And I tell you what, turnover after turnover.
Rigato, I saw him last May in Italy. Talked to, no, I didn't. He's from Italy.
Yes. Timeout on the floor. It's the under 8 timeout here with 7:12 remaining until halftime. Volunteers on top. 29-16. We'll be back in 60 here on 103.5 ESPN.
Think Buick and GMC, and you think Chris Offenberg, Buick GMC, and Carbondale. The 2025 Buick Encore is only $21,871. Or think the 2025 Buick Envista. It's 0 down and only $369 a month. And ride in the truck, the GMC Sierra with $13,500 in savings. So think Chris Offenberg, Buick GMC, and Carbondale.
Advantage Offenberg.
John A. is only.
Dave McKenzie, Tim Ritchie. McKay's back at the studio. John LeBlanc Productions with the video feed here this evening once again.
Does a fine job John does there.
Yeah, shot put up and good for Lowry. Lowry's in double digits already. He's the leading scorer here in the game with 11. 31-16, 6:49. Right wing. They feed the post. Good defense. Good defense. Another forced turnover by the Volunteers. They forced the Storm into 12 turnovers, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Dalton Hicks. It's going to be the 5th team foul on the Blue Storm. So DeCarl Payne Here on the near side, throws it into Taylor Smith. Taylor, bounce pass to Eves. Eves, left of the circle, two-pointer is good for Marcus. Foot was just across the arm. Makes it 33-16, 6:20 remaining. Here until halftime. Storm cut off on the baseline drive. Three put up, a little bit short. Rebound, Capru Elsie. Now it's Craven that launches the three, no good, and it's Taylor Smith that gets the rebound. Marcus Eves on the floor. Also on the floor, Dalton Hicks the other way. The Vols have it. It's loose, shot up, and a foul called on, I believe, Dylan Craven.
Taylor Smith to be at the line.
It's going to be on Braden Klein, the second.
From Alton Marquette.
Taylor Smith goes to the line. Taylor hit a pair of free throws earlier. Steps up and just knocks down the first one here. 3 for 3 from the stripe. 34-16 is our score.
Nick Horace coming in the ball game.
Second. It's good for Taylor. 35-16. 5:50 remaining till halftime. Hicks hands it off to Craven. Dylan over to the left side. Now it's with Capri Elsie. He drives into the low block, reverses, pulls up the dribble. Look it out, lobs it up, almost picked off. Craven keeps control. 2 on the shot clock, 1 on the shot clock. Shot by Craven, no good. Rebound, tipped around once, twice, and finally, Davis Lowry controls it. He brings it across the logo. Top of the key, left wing 3, Jaden Miles, good! Miles cans it from the left wing.
Coach Peters said, no, great shot, great shot.
That's what you do. 22-point lead for the Volunteers. Craven's runner is no good, and he got fouled.
That's unbelievable, 22-point lead. Man, it just seemed like 5 points.
Taylor Smith picks up his first foul, and Dylan Craven. Brantford, Ontario, Canada native goes to the line. The freshman setting on 2 points here. And the first free throw rolls off. Under 5 minutes, 4:59 remaining.
Logan, boy, really talking on defense. Help out, really helps out when you're talking and telling
people. These two
people.
teams played in Belleville. A low-scoring game. 66-55 was the final. Craven hits the seconds. So 3 in the game for Craven. Tell you how low scoring that game that is. The Vols average 78 a game.
Yeah.
Blue Storm averaged 80 a game, and it was a 66-55 final. Lowry's jumper from inside the arc, no good. And stepping out of bounds trying to save the ball was Dalton Hicks. So it's going to come right back to the Volunteers.
He had the rebound, too.
He did. To Carl Payne. He's on the baseline, throws it up top, and now it's Miles that has it. Oh, got away with the walk, I do believe.
Definitely did.
So Payne backs it up toward the hash over on the far side.
Well, you play hard, and sometimes you get some breaks your way.
4.5 remaining until halftime. 5 on the shot clock. Payne's 3 straight away, no good. And the rebound is grabbed by Dalton Hicks. Outlet pass now. Near side to Horace. And another turnover. That is turnover number 14. Vols defense has been stifling here this evening. Taylor Smith holds the ball.
Taylor Smith about looked at Coach Peters about lost the ball.
Turnover. Tyler Smith Peters. Jumper off the heel of his hand. Taylor Smith got that one to go.
He might have been fouled too.
Oh, I'm sure. Ball kind of down on the heel of his hand. 40-17. Straight away 3, no good from Dalton Hicks. Eves the rebound. Payne, the head fake from 3. Drives in off the glass. The bucket's going to count. And the foul.
What a nice drive by Payne, the Carbondale native.
Nick Press picks up the foul. And Carl Payne gets his first bucket. And we have a timeout on the floor, which is the media timeout. 3:31 remaining. Carl Payne going to the line for the and one. The Volunteers are in firm control here, 42-17, back in 60 on 103.5 ESPN.
John A. is the only auto collision program in Southern Illinois. There's nobody else that offers it. We draw students from all over because there's just nobody else that offers the programs. The student-teacher relationship is one of the most important parts of this job.
You can't really go wrong here. Anything you want to learn, you can learn it here.
Whenever I started the program, I didn't feel too 110% about it, like I wasn't sure how I was going to do, but that's what makes me confident. It's the teacher and the students that I'm surrounded by.
Hi guys, TJ Cowan from Cold Blooded. Coming to you, wanted to introduce the Cold Blooded Single Barrel Smokehouse. Here at Johnny Logan College, you guys are used to our coffee. Now come check out our food. Not your average college, not your average food.
$42-17 is our score here, just 3.5 remaining until halftime. Tim and I will go through, recap the scoring here in the first half. Dr. Jake Rindleman's going to join us. And we may hear from Charlie Jones, time permitting. Taylor Smith hit the free throw. Or excuse me, Carl Payne hit the free throw. 43-17. Pruelzi's shot, air ball, just clipped bottom of the net, goes out of bounds.
I don't think it got, one official said it got blocked, but I don't think so.
I didn't think so, but that's going to be the
Hey,
ruling.
we're right all the time, aren't we?
Almost.
Almost, yeah.
99.999.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
They got us that time.
Yeah.
Into the paint. Oh, Jaden Miles blocks the shot from behind. They call Miles for the foul. Or maybe it was Boone.
Boone, yeah, they
it was
called
going to
Boone
be
for it. Yeah,
Boone.
he just came in, yeah.
Boy, that sure looked clean.
It did. Sometimes officials they anticipate it's going to be a foul. They got a tough job.
I didn't think he got him with the body.
No, he didn't. Unless he called the hand. Hand's part of the ball, though.
Matthew Capru-Elzy, the Fort Lauderdale native at the line. Elzy averaging 11.9. He started the game hot. 7 points.
Well, that's a line drive.
Vols locked him down here the last 10 minutes or so.
Fort Lauderdale, where's that at? I don't know. Florida.
There you go. You just got back. You probably drove right through there.
Probably did. I've been there. Yeah.
Elzy misses both free throws. You probably had to stop at the restroom and buy some popcorn.
Yeah, I get some corn going.
There at Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, I think I did.
3 minutes remaining until halftime. Lowry got bumped. Oh, no, they're going to call Gamboon. Picks up.
What was the call?
The foul. Screen.
Screen, okay. Didn't know what they
had
called
to have
on.
been a screen down low.
Yeah. Boone's playing better.
That's his third, though.
Wow.
Can't have that. 2:54.
You got to finish this off here in this half.
43-17. Craven spins off the elbow. Oh, Payne almost stole it. Capru-Elzy keeps it, though. No, excuse me. That's blocker. There's Capru-Elzy off the glass. Way too strong. Rebound. Regato. Good. His first field goal here. Averaging 10 a game. Comes at the 2:27 mark. Miles spins on the baseline the other way for the Volunteers. Got free, got fouled. Regato picks up the personal. Miles hit the floor. Oh, it's going to be on Dalton Hicks.
So Miles at the line.
So, Jaden Miles, 6 points here in the half. And can't finish out one.
That came off the rim hard.
2:20. Volunteers going to be back in action Wednesday night.
Against Rend Lake. Rend Lake
trying to
gave Logan avenge the loss. Yeah, I think it was a 9-point.
Second from Miles is good. 40-19 here. Just over 2 minutes remaining until halftime. Regano to Craven. Craven with a left-hand dribble. Has Taylor Smith on him defensively. Got down toward the high post. Feeds it off to Hicks. Hicks rips it out. It's Blocker's three. No good. And the rebound. Ball out of bounds.
Regado was, he was touched by them. Regado, I think.
Yep. So with 1:57, Volunteers get it right back.
Here, this next 2 minutes, you want to keep the intensity up.
Outstanding defense. Volunteers have held the Storm to 19.
By scoring 44.
My goodness. Jumper from Lowry. It was partially blocked. And
Regado.
Storm coming the other way. Blocker to Craven. Now to Daniel. He turns it over. 15th turnover. And the Vols turn it right back. 7th on the Vols. 44-19, minute 20 remaining. And driving to the rim was Hicks, and he got fouled. The reach in. It's not a foul. It was just out of bounds, last touched by the Volunteers. It's kind of blocked there by this official. Here comes Nico Rucker into the game for Jaden Miles. Jaden playing with those 3 fouls. Get him out here the last minute and 20.
Don't want to do that. Dude. A little upset over something.
So with the ball, Storm. Regano misses the bunny, and Johnny's Nico Rucker gets the rebound. Here's Nico to Payne. 3 from the right corner there. Carl Payne.
Nico with his 3rd assist this half.
Payne's first triple of the game. Under a minute to play in the first half. 47-19 is our score. And off the glass shot, no good. Top of the key, they get it to Blocker. Blocker whips it up with the left hand, no good. Rebound from Daniel. He gets it off the glass, and that one goes.
There's a rebound.
Ayobi Daniel. 30 seconds remaining. Volunteers. Taylor Smith. And come flying in, trying to get the putback dunk was Nico.
Yeah.
It's going to stay with the Vols. Corner left, 3, no good. And the Storm get the rebound. Here comes Craven with 13, 12, 11 on the shot clock. The runner with the left hand from Dylan Craven is good. 4, 3, Payne, end to end. DeCarl gets the bucket to close out the half. And what a half it is for the Volunteers as they lead at 49-23. A 26-point lead going to the half, and they have forced the Blue Storm into 15 first half turnovers by SWIC here this afternoon. The Volunteers with just 7 first half turnovers. 49-23 is our halftime score. Back in 60 seconds, we'll go through and recap this first half on 103.
Hey, welcome to Mackey's Pizza. Every Monday night we have half-price cheese breadsticks. Monday through Friday we have a great lunch special. We can get 8-inch pizza, a small salad, and a drink for $7.49. So come out and see us and enjoy everything at Mackey's.
Brewer Gymnasium. What a first half of basketball we have seen here by the Volunteers as they lead it 49-23. And let's run through the scoring here first. For a moment, we'll run through for the Blue Storm as they are led by the 7 points from Matthew Capru-Elsie, 5 points from Dylan Craven, 2 from Ricardo, 3 from Klein, 2 from Iobi Daniel. Also, Bennett Briles, the Nashville native, with just 2. Zach Chambers with 2. Outstanding defense by the Volunteers in that first half. Vols are led by the 11 points from Davius Lowry, 7 from Danon Rucker, 7 from Taylor Smith, 8 from DeCarl Payne, 2 from Marcus Eves, Julian Norris Jr. with 2, 2 from Cameron Boone, 5 from Caden Hawkins. The Volunteers held the Blue Storm to just 23 first half points. Here on our halftime report, I love this guy, Mr. Jake Rendelman. How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you.
What was your analysis of that first half of basketball?
Well, I think after about the first 3 minutes, we got to rolling. Had a little problem getting started, but hey, after that, played them pretty tough.
They've been playing pretty good of late, haven't they?
They have.
I tell you what, it's hard to believe that sophomore day is coming up Wednesday, the final home game, but that's always a great event, and it's something that you're here to talk about, and we get to eat before a basketball game. That's always a good thing.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing. What's going on Wednesday?
Well, this Wednesday night is the 47th annual Italian dinner sponsored by the Johnny Logan College Foundation, and serving starts at 4:30 and goes to 6:30. And the admission for adults is $12. That not only gets you either fettuccine or spaghetti, but it also gets you in both ball games. So for $12, if you haven't seen the Vols in action, or just come by and see us, tickets are $10 for students. We also have carryouts. So if you need to take some spaghetti or fettuccine home, they give generous amounts, serving, so it'd be a good time. And it is catered by Joe's Pizza in Heron. They've done it the last couple of years, and they do an outstanding job. So in the past, we used to have spaghetti, but now we got fettuccine. So you've got your choice, and this is a fundraiser for the foundation. For the profits go towards scholarships of the students, and it's gone on a long time, and it's been a very successful event.
The John A. Logan Foundation has been around a long time, hasn't it?
Oh yes. I think it's been around almost as long as the college. I was on the foundation board, in fact, about 10 years before I run for the president board, and served as president 3 times, and then I run for the big board and been around for 28, and I've been a representative from the foundation, from the board to the foundation all this time. And I really enjoyed it, and like to help get out and help raise money for scholarships.
Now, a lot of people may not know that the agricultural lab and classroom is just named after you. Do you ever just go in there with nobody sitting in there and just sit in there?
No,
maybe do some work, in your own classroom.
No. Well, maybe I shouldn't. I said I'm awful busy to be retired. I had people say, "Well, do you work anymore?" And I said, "Yeah, I still work, just don't get paid for it anymore." So, but that was quite an honor to have the ag lab named after me, and I found my old FFA jacket from I got when I was a freshman in high school in 1955, and I wore it for those 4 years, and I found it, and it was in good shape, so I had it framed and donated it to the college to hang it in the 'cause, a lot of students coming in. We're in the FFA. We do not. It's JUCO level. There's not. I don't believe there's collegiate FFA until you get to the four-year school. But hopefully, this will give the students a little encouragement that we are affiliated with agriculture and with FFA.
Well, all I know is this: you bleed blue through and through, and but we appreciate you joining us here at halftime to talk about this. And don't forget, it's the 47th annual Italian dinner to help the John A. Logan Foundation. It's going to be Wednesday night. Hey, and that's a big basketball game trying to avenge that loss we took up there on the road at Ina.
That's right. We got to make up for that.
Yep.
Get some time, payback time.
Absolutely. Hey, the dinner is held downstairs in the Commons area when you come in the main doors here at John A. Logan College. Tickets are $12 for adults, $10 for students. That's your dinner and a ticket to the game, both games against Wren Lake on Wednesday night. Serving's going to start at 4:30, goes till 6:30. This is a big fundraiser. The food is fantastic. Joe's does a great job, and it's just a good time to get together with volunteer fans. So you can come on by, and again, carryouts are also available. Dr. Renneman, thank you.
No, thank you.
We appreciate it, and we're going to go on and take a break here. And when we come back, you're going to hear an interview that Matt Varney did with Charlie Jones coming up next here on 103.5 ESPN.
Think Buick and GMC, and you think Chris Offenberg, Buick GMC, and Carbondale. The 2025 Buick Encore is only $21,871. Or think the 2025 Buick Envista, it's 0 down and only $369 a month. And ride in the truck, the GMC Sierra with $13,500 in savings. So think Chris Offenberg, Buick GMC, and Carbondale.
Advantage Offenberg.
I just wanna have fun, clap my hands, turn around now. I just wanna have fun, turn around now, turn around.
I don't think.
Talking with Coach Charlie Jones before taking on SWIC this evening. Coach, Saturday was a close game. By no means, we were just talking about all that, but it was a one that you won, and it was one of those ones that, there's a lot of hurdles placed in front of you, but your team, as you say on the post game and just now also, just you stuck together as a family, and you come through with the win.
Absolutely. I told the girls, too, that these types of wins and even these types of games builds character, because then you learn how to fight through adversity and stay together and continue to work together as a family and stay connected to what we're said we were going to do, the game plan. So the ladies really did, and there was a little frustration here and there, but for overall, they really handled it really well.
We talked about Michaela on the postgame, but really 10 points in one quarter alone is really good. She was clutch at the free throw line, even though it was second quarter. She made 2 and 1s that were big, and then just some really big plays. You could tell just how much she's improved in just a month alone. And I know there's a lot that's going on behind the scenes and everything that we won't get into here, but just the fact that her mentality is different than it was a month ago, and you're just seeing the fruits of all the labor here.
Absolutely, and she's been really working hard and doing extra stuff with some of our coaches, and now she's more confident, and I think she's decided to say, you know what, let me just go out there and just play and let the chips fall where they may, and that's what she did, and we're really proud of how she's coming along.
And then Brooklyn was back as well. And as we just said before turning on the mic, just the fact that she was rusty, obviously. First time she's playing in 2 months. But she had her flashes of, this is who she is and everything. And, she's as she gets back into form these next couple of weeks, you got 4 games left, so before the region tournament. So technically 5 games before they really matter. Just so that should be enough time, you would think, for her to get back to the form that you hope to see.
Absolutely, and she said that. She said, Coach, I'm getting back in game shape, and game timing, and a lot of different things play a part in a game versus practice and that type of thing, especially coming off an injury. And Taylor was a little upset the way she played, and she said, I didn't play well. And I said, but, you did what you needed to do to help the team get a win. And so I suspect today both of those young ladies are going to step up to the plate.
Well, I thought also for Taylor, yeah, she had a rough second, third, and fourth quarter, but the first quarter she was the one that really started the engine. I think she had 11 points at the end of that first quarter. Yeah. Struggled the rest of the way, but I mean, she was the one that said, "I'm taking over right now and getting us back into this game." Absolutely,
she stepped up as a sophomore. I'm so proud of all of my sophomores because they really came through. Patty's doesn't show reflects in a book of scoring and different things. But there was other stuff that she did that you don't put in the books or don't have a column for to keep the team going, her experience. So my sophomore stepped up. Desaria James stepped up big time on the free throws, clutch free throws as well. So, and Inslee's just been steady. Rebounding, block shots. There was a big block shot that she got at the end of the game there. Was kind of cringing a little bit because they have been calling fouls on some of those things. It looked close. And so I was like, please don't get a foul there. And then when we did foul one, Mariah Macklin trying to get out of the way, and she just couldn't. And that happened. But all in all, we stayed together as a family, and they pulled it off.
And talk about all those fouls right there. You had 4 foul outs in that game as well. And, I mean, to be able to suffer that much in that game and still come out talks about the maturity of that team right there. And, I mean, at this point, even your freshmen are technically sophomores. But until you have a moment where you have to show that, my freshmen are sophomores, you don't know for sure. And on Saturday, that was one of those moments.
Absolutely. And it was such a luxury. The coaches that we were talking about, looking down